The Iraqi Dinar RV. Unpacking the latest on redemption centers and what it means for you. Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar RV community. If you've been following the world of currency revaluation, waiting, hoping, and researching for years, you'll want to lock in for this update. Over the past few weeks, whispers have turned into conversations, and conversations are now fueling a real sense of anticipation. Our redemption centers finally open, and is a major revaluation closer than ever. I know for many this news comes after years, sometimes decades of waiting. The rumors aren't new, but the tone and frequency have undeniably shifted. The questions now carry urgency. What's really happening? Are people exchanging at new rates? Where do you fit into this evolving story? This article dives deep, not just recounting rumors, but critically analyzing what redemption centers are, what recent reports mean, major developments like deleting zeros, and most importantly, your next safe steps. Redemption centers explained. What are they really? From the earliest days of the Dinar and Dong communities, the concept of redemption centers has floated around, sometimes shrouded in mystery. Unlike your average bank branch or airport exchange booth, a redemption center is described as a secure, specially prepared location designed to accommodate exchanges of large amounts or high value, particularly during a potential revaluation event. Think of it as a hybrid between a private banking office and a currency vault, set aside not for tourists cashing in a few notes, but for those who have invested in the hope of significant revaluation. A key point. These centers are generally said to operate by appointment only. They're not walk-in locations. Most accounts suggest that chains of communication, private notifications, group lists, or special platforms control who gets in and when. Sometimes, people who registered with groups years ago might be contacted. Others might receive an invitation based on forum activity or prior connections. The bottom line: access is tightly guarded, reinforcing the sense that if redemption centers are operating, something significant may indeed be underway, even if the process is rolling out quietly behind the scenes. The latest reports. Are people exchanging at new rates? Let's address the heart of the excitement. Recent days have brought a surge of unverified, but widespread, claims. Not only that redemption centers are open, but that people are exchanging Iraqi dinars, IQD at rates far above anything publicly available. Numbers like $3.47 or even $3.91 per dinar pop up in conversation, representing a massive jump from the stagnant rates seen on forex markets for years. Similar stories swirl around the Vietnamese Dong, VND, with whispered rates of $0.40 or $0.60 per note. To put that in context, if you've held dinar since the post-2003 lows, or acquired dong in bulk during periods of undervaluation, such rates could be life-changing. Even seemingly modest increases become life-transforming when multiplied by millions of notes. But here's an essential disclaimer. These rates are not reflected on mainstream financial news, international forex markets, or through your local bank. There have been no official declarations from the Iraqi or Vietnamese central banks. No government has yet issued a press release confirming these numbers. So, are these stories true? Or are they the latest turn in a saga that has seen its fair share of rumors and misinformation? Rumor versus reality. Separating fact from fiction. As someone deeply invested in this journey, not just financially, but intellectually and emotionally, it's crucial to balance hope with scrutiny. Why do these stories circulate so widely? Information gaps fuel rumors. Governments and banks are notoriously tight-lipped about major financial transitions. The lack of official information leads people to fill in the blanks, whether accidentally or deliberately. Genuine moves happen quietly. In international finance, sensitive changes often roll out in stages, sometimes under non-disclosure agreements or through tightly controlled pilot programs. It's possible for things to be underway before the public sees evidence. Confirmation bias is real. If you've held currency for years, the urgency to believe can override critical thinking. This is understandable. It's human nature. Best advice: stay plugged in but remain grounded. Trust but verify. Practical guidance. What should you actually do? With rumor and hope swirling, what are your next intelligent steps? Here's what experience and caution suggest. 1. Never surrender your currency to anyone claiming they'll handle the exchange for you. Your IQD or VND should remain in your possession until you are present in a legitimate, authorized location. Scammers exploit hope. Never mail, courier, or hand over your notes to a stranger, regardless of their promises. 2. If invited to a redemption center, do your homework. If you receive an invitation or appointment notice, verify every detail. Research the location online. Look for independent confirmation from multiple sources. Never agree to conditions that seem suspicious. Secrecy, upfront processing, fees, personal data requests beyond legal requirements, or anything that feels off. 3. Get your documentation in order. Organize your currency. Count your notes, store them securely, and gather any receipts or documentation showing how you acquired them. Some locations might ask for proof of purchase, especially for larger sums. 4. Prepare your identification and paperwork. Ensure your government-issued ID is current and valid. Passport, national ID card, or driver's license, whatever will satisfy local laws and the redemption center's requirements. 5. Don't rush. Understand terms before you sign anything. If you are offered different types of rates, public, contract, structured payout, insist on written explanations. Read all paperwork before signing. Don't be afraid to ask questions or to pause for legal advice. 6. Plan for your future, not just the moment. If what you hope for comes to pass, and you suddenly see a large windfall, thoughtful planning is essential. Don't let greed, panic, or excitement steer you into reckless decisions. What will you do with this increase? Clearing debt, helping family, launching projects, or contributing to charity. This transition, if it arrives, is the start of a new chapter, not just a payday. Understanding, deleting zeros. Redenomination versus revaluation. Another topic that's gained traction recently is talk of deleting zeros from the currency. What does it mean and why now? Deleting zeros refers to redenomination. For example, a 1,000 dinar note becomes 1 dinar, removing 3 zeros from the face value without inherently altering the real-world purchasing power. This measure is often undertaken by governments to simplify transactions and make accounting easier, especially after extended periods of inflation. Why might Iraq or Vietnam consider such a move? Simplifying commerce. Large denominations create confusion or operational inefficiencies in retail and banking. Restoring confidence. Psychologically, smaller numbers feel more stable to citizens who have seen their currencies erode. Preparing for international trade. As Iraq, for example, seeks to strengthen the dinar for global trading, redenomination might be a step toward integration with regional or global economies. Important distinction. Redenomination is not the same as revaluation. In simple terms, redenomination makes the currency easier to use, but doesn't automatically make it more valuable on the world stage. For holders of old notes, the effect depends entirely on government policies. Will old currency be exchanged one-to-one for new notes? Is there a conversion window? Will the country parallel a redenomination with an actual increase in international value? The risks are obvious. If not managed transparently, redenomination can trigger inflation, confusion, and even public unrest. Communication is key. Governments that inform and guide their citizens, recalibrating wages and savings appropriately, can avoid turmoil and build credibility. A cautious optimism. What this moment means, so, where do we stand? If redemption centers are indeed operating, even quietly, and high rates are being reported, publicly or privately, we're witnessing a unique financial moment, a potential shift after years of uncertainty. But as history shows, caution and preparation are always your best allies. Not every headline is true, not every rumor will pan out, and not every opportunity is as good as it sounds. That said, for anyone who has waited, planned, and researched, you owe it to yourself to be ready. Stay informed, watch credible sources, not hype. Be organized, your currency, your paperwork, your identification. Stay safe. Trust but never blindly. Be wary of bad actors and false promises. Think long-term. Wealth is a responsibility, not just an event. Final thoughts. Your path forward this moment isn't just numbers on a screen or another wave of speculation. If what you and many others have hoped for finally takes shape, your next steps could define not just your financial life, but your legacy. So, as a member of the Iraqi Dinar RV family, take a breath. Ground yourself in facts. Lean into preparation, not panic. Whether you've been holding Dinar and Dong for years, or you're newer to this journey, remember, opportunity favors the prepared, the prudent, and the patient. Stay tuned to this channel for up-to-date, clear, and honest coverage. Share your thoughts. How long have you been on this journey? What have you prepared for? We'll keep moving forward together, step by step. Stay calm, stay informed, and above all, stay wise. If you're finding value in our deep dives and real talk, show your support. Share your experiences in the comments and connect with others on the same path. This is not just about currency, it's about community. Welcome to the next chapter. Let's make it count. Disclaimer. This article is intended for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or tax advice. The foreign exchange market is inherently risky and prone to misinformation. Consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decision. Iraqi Dinar RV is not liable for any losses or damages resulting from the use or reliance on this content.